The Shard in London. The Shard in London is a skyscraper that was designed by architect Renzo Piano, who is seen on the left. It officially opened in February of 2013. The skyscraper stands at 1,016 feet tall and boasts that it's Western Europe's tallest building. The interior of the building is also rather different compared to other skyscrapers around the world. Instead of containing spaces for just offices, this building has multiple uses. The Shard has apartments, restaurants, shops, and offices in it. The skyscraper also has an observatory deck which allows the viewer to look for 40 miles. Unlike other observatory decks, this one is open and allows the viewers to feel the wind. Just by looking at the Shard, you can tell it's constructed in a newer style. In fact, the style of this skyscraper can be best described as is modern. A couple of characteristics of modern architecture is nice geometric forms and material that are technologically advanced. The Shard displays nice geometric forms because when looking at the form, everything is straight. There aren't any exaggerated curves on the building. This building is also so technologically advanced that it saves more energy than any of the other buildings around it do. The first sketches of the Shard were started in 2000 when Renzo Piano was commissioned by Seller Property. They wanted a building that could be used for real estate. The original designs of the Shard had to be redone, though, for two reasons. The first reason was because the original sketch of the building was too large for the plot it was going to be built on. The second reason was because 9/11 happened. After 9/11, new standards were set to create safer buildings in case of an emergency. By 2009, the redesigns were finished, so construction was started. It finally opened in 2013 and was one of the first buildings to implement architecture standards from the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology. The Shard is a rather odd building to look at. It doesn't look like a normal skyscraper would, but rather looks like a shard of glass from all angles. Throughout the entire building, there are 11,000 glass panels, which could cover 8 soccer fields. This building is also a sky-oriented building. The building slims towards the top and it's really tall. The combination of both of these help draw our eyes up towards the sky. The Shard also has a main support in the middle of the building. The entire building is surrounded by a concrete column which keeps it standing and sturdy. Lastly, the Shard was built with the idea of simplicity so it wouldn't overbear the viewer. If you don't know the whole story of the Shard, you won't understand why it was built. First, you have to understand that London is a densely populated city, and overcrowding is an issue. When the Shard was commissioned by Seller Property, they had one goal in mind. They wanted to test if a vertical city would be effective in the city of London. A vertical city is a building that holds places for shops, apartments, workplaces, and restaurants. The main idea of this is so less land is used to accompany all of these things. In the past couple of years, the Shard has proven successful. Because of the Shard's success, hundreds more vertical cities are planned to be built in the future. I believe that the Shard is a good piece of art. For art to be considered good, it has to be inexhaustible, give insight, and show artisanship. First of all, to understand this building, you have to participate with it. Just by looking at it, you won't understand its real use. You might just assume it's used for office space, which is untrue. Secondly, this work displays expertise. The Shard has stayed standing and hasn't had any accidents because it's fallen apart. This shows that the architect could design a building that wouldn't fall apart. Lastly, the Shard gives us an insight to what we may see in the future. Could these types of buildings show up everywhere because it's the solution for overcrowding?